Hello friends, today we're going to be looking at repairing a Husky 3000 PSI 2.5 gallon per minute power washer from Home Depot. And it's got the Honda overhead cam GCV190 engine, which is a really good engine, at least it has been in the past. It's been sitting for a while and the guy couldn't get it started, so he gave it to us. He knows we like to work on stuff like this. So here, you guys can have this. I'm going to get a newer, more powerful one. And we're going to see what we can do to make this run today. He just sniffed the fuel in there and the fuel smells really bad, right? We're going to turn the fuel valve off, pull the carburetor off. We're going to probably pull the spark plug off. I haven't looked at that, but I'm guessing right off the top of the head, the way it smells, that the main jets in the carburetor are clogged up. And we're going to take that apart, clean those, and we hopefully will be good to go with this. So it'll be nice to have this little pressure washer around. We removed the carburetor. Then we remove the 10mm bolt that holds the carburetor bowl in place. It's actually pretty clean inside. Oh, there's the bowl, and here's the carburetor intake tube. It's actually pretty clean inside. There was just a tiny little bit of sediment and debris inside the bowl, but some really nasty smelling gas that came out of it, and a little bit of gunk you can see on the inside of it. So we're going to pull the main jet out through here with a straight screwdriver. And we're going to clean out all the little holes and orifices in it with my two wire cleaning sets here. That's good for cleaning small areas. This should be a pretty easy project to get this back in shape. Now we're going to remove the center jet screw. There's a little locking cap right here. You get in there and you unscrew until you can feel it's not grabbing into anything anymore. And sometimes it'll come out on its own if you just tap on it. Other times you gotta reach in through here and look where the brass end sticks down. Straight through here there'll be a brass end sticking down. Reach down there and give it a little press to snap it up so it's on its way out. So it gets it unstuck, and now it should pop out. There it comes out. It's just got a little corrosion on it, that's all. I'll put that down. The other part comes out. Let's see, make sure we remember. The one with the big hole is on the bottom. So when we put it back together, this tall end is going to face up. Set that aside. We're going to have a look through these holes and see how they look. 4 holes, they're pretty clear, I can see right through them.
How about the other ones?
The bottom one's a little sketchy. These 3 are good too. And so clear all the way through. Everything's clear all the way through in this. We're going to run the wire through it anyway just to make sure it's fully opened. Oh yeah, that's definitely gunked up. Alright, that's probably the problem. And no power because it's not getting enough fuel. I have 2 different sets of tools I use to clean the orifices out with. And they've got little spirals on these like a drill does. The main thing you want to remember when you're cleaning jets out is you don't want to file them out so they're any bigger. You want to find one that's just smaller than the bore of the orifice and gently push it through back and forth a few times just to clean the gunk out. The other tool I have that does the same job with different sizes is this one here, also from Lincoln Electric, which has a nice assortment of different reamers and files built into that. I took some cleaner and I cleaned through all of those channels and ports on the side of the main bore, through the intake tube, and up from the bottom this way to make sure the threads were all clean. Now we're going to put it all back together. Dan's got the main pickup tube. He's going to drop it in with the long side going in first.
Like that?
Yep. And now you get the little brass insert cover, which is clean now and totally clear, right? Drop that in on top with the threads facing downward. It should drop in quite a ways. Grab your straight bit screwdriver, a nice skinny one with an appropriate sized blade on it so it catches that brass easily. If you don't catch the brass good, you're going to strip it out and it's going to be a pain to have to take apart. You'll end up probably having to replace the carburetor if you strip that jet out. Cone-shaped bowls, there's no right or wrong way to put them on, just lay it on top. Yeah. Alright. This is what I like to call a quick flush and start. Pulled the spark plug out and cleaned it up, pulled the carburetor apart, cleaned up the jets, checked the fuel lines, the choke cables, the throttle cable, make sure everything's all hooked up. Everything looks like it should work. We've turned the fuel valve back to the on position. We turned the ignition to on. We're checking the carburetor to make sure there's no fuel leaking out the bottom. Always check for leaks on the carburetor after you get done putting it together. There's nothing, perfectly dry. We should be, never start a pressure washer without having the water connection fully hooked up and fully turned on to full pressure, because it doesn't take very long at all to burn the pump motor out. and you'll regret that. So always make sure the water supply is turned on. Verify it by squeezing the trigger on the pressure washer to make sure there's water coming out of it. Matter of fact, squeeze it for a little while so that any air bubbles will work their way out too before you start it up. All right, moment of truth. Assistance. These Honda engines are really, really well-built machines. Thanks for watching and have a great day.